right? No, no. I'm kidding. So, the name of our company is Global Premier Benefits. Give you guys a little flyer about our company when we're started. It's for you to take home and review with your spouse, yourself. But I know we're the opportunity you've been looking for, and I promise you we won't waste your time. You know, and if this isn't for you, I mean, and that's fine. You know, let's stay friends. You can never know what can happen down the road. Matter of fact, yesterday's session, I had people that said, I met you 5 years ago. You know, and I'm here now. I said, cool. So you had enough time to think about it, I guess, huh? There's enough time praying on it, huh?
Yeah.
So most people, you know, I get it. You know, I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I don't plan to be. I'm just going to do what's right in my heart and what God put me here to do. You know, I thank God every day for my blessings because I know that's where they come from. You know, I mean, I've been through adversities. I know some of you all have your stories. I've had them. And you know, it's just a blessing for me to even be here, you know. And you know, I always tell people, no matter what adversity I've been through, there was always a blessing coming after that. You know, I feel like I've lived the story of Job, Joseph, and David all in one. Okay? Those are biblical characters. Okay. So, okay. Anyway, so I'll move forward. So my name is Tony Holland, CEO of Global Premier Benefits, and before I get started in my sessions, I always remind people why we're here. You guys kind of already got a flavor of it, so I've already given out my thunder. But it's to help people, okay? It's about helping seniors, number one, save money, okay? I want to make sure I do that. And number two, I want to give them better, richer benefits. And that's why my partnership with Cigna became, to me, a blessing because I was able to see that right away. Zero premium, more benefits, I'm in. You know, and we want to do it with not a sales approach, but an educational approach. So, you know, some of these guys that come in and just want to get in and close, it's not what it's about. You're here to enlighten that senior and empower that senior and show them how to work. It's like I did with that veteran. You know, he was no, get out, no. Let me teach you something, okay? So we're more like school teachers. Just give me 10 minutes. Let me show you how this thing works. I just pull out a piece of paper, said, put out my pad, drew down the benefits for veterans, drew down the benefits for MA, then he was all ears, okay? And it's all in how you approach people and talk to people. Why was he acting like that? He was scared. Fear. Y'all have heard this. False evidence appearing real. Mm-hmm. He thought I was trying to hook and crook him. He thought I was going to take his VA benefits. And then when he realized I was there to help him, then his guard was let down and he opened up and let me help him. So I want to make sure you guys understand it's about education, it's about service and bring value to the clients we serve. We were founded in 2000, you know, and it began with my wife and I with a vision. You know, we've been through the ringer with FMOs. Some of you guys have been with FMOs and companies, had my renewals taken. Have you ever had that happen? And at one time, I had one renewal account was $8,000 that I lost a month. That's some serious money. Then I had another time happen, it was $34,000 a month. So I sold the second one, got my money. So, you know, thank God for that. You know, it took me 8 years to do it, but I got it. Thank the good Lord. But, you know, there's a lot of unethical people in the insurance business, yes or no? And you guys have seen it.
Yes.
You know, when I first started, I detest some of these insurance agents, old guys that I would say when I was 24 years old, they would, you know, forget a signature, they would put it up to the light and sign the signature for the client. I mean, just crazy stuff. And it's like, you could do this business without all that. You could do this business the right way. And that's why I'm a different FMO. We talked about the renewals, June 30th, which is what, 2 weeks from now? We got $35 million going out to my people. Okay? Not to me, to my people. I got 7,000 agents that are going to get a check. Some of them aren't with us anymore. Some of them retired early. You can do that. Some of them started a ministry. You can do that. One guy started a hair salon. I said, dude, you doing a hair salon? It's like for women? I said, okay, that's your thing. You got these chains of hair salons in Baltimore. I said, do your thing. He gets that check. I got a guy, Mark Schwartz. Wasn't a good agent in terms of sales ability. Great talker, but just couldn't make the sale. He was with me about a year in my call center. He left. He was a football coach of mine that I knew. And he left me 4 years ago, doing something completely different. He still gets a check for $8,000 a year. Now, ain't no big real money. Ain't Oprah Winfrey money. But he still gets a check for $8,000. He calls me up when he gets a check. Tony, man, I got another check, man. This came on time. And I said, okay, all right, how's the other thing doing? It's doing good, you know. So that happens. I got a guy doing timeshare. He was on my top. Why are you going back to timeshare? He goes, I just love it. I said, then do that. My guys still get the checks. 7,000 people get the checks. Now I got people getting checks for 8,000. But my biggest check this year, Eric Allen's going to get a check for over $1 million in renewals. He's only been with me since August 2012. And y'all have gotten to meet him. Regular guy, down to earth, works hard. you know, but in 6 years' time, has put together a book like that. So that's not the norm, but my average check's about $75,000-$80,000 a year. I do have some guys getting $200,000 and $300,000, but those are renewals. So that what kind of checks are coming out in the 2 weeks for my people. So I wanted to share that with you. We got over 2,000 agents, 100 principals, over 100,000 satisfied customers in 30 states and DC. I ask classes when I go out, you know, what are you looking for? Pretty much, what's your passion? You want to work with professional people. You don't get more professional than we got here. We got the #1 team in the nation right here in this room. The top MGA, the top GA, the top individual agent. Back in the back, we got William Vargas, the #1 call center agent. They all live here in Chicago. And they were wanting to show my support for me as I am for them. And they came out to my meetings these last couple of days to show their support. So I want to give you all that confidence, especially if you're new, or even if you're a veteran, you've been around, you two guys have been around, at least you've got an experienced, successful team to bounce ideas off of. Wasn't that great yesterday when we did that little round table thing?
Oh, yeah.
You gave a tip, you had your badge on, I gave my tip where I wear my badge here to help me get in the door. That's instant credibility. I got veterans that have been doing this as long as I have. They go, man, that's a great idea. Yeah, have your state license on the back and your mug shot right there, right? Make sure you go to Glamour Shots and make it look good. That's what I did, you know, they pretty you up. That was a joke, guys. Come on, work with me. I do another thing where I do freshen up letters. I do fluorescent for a reason. Why, Sam? It stands out in the mail. So this is what I did back in 1994 because my first company gave me leads that were 7 years old. I'm like, hey, these people are dead. What am I supposed to do with this? You know? I called them up. They cursing me out. I'm like, they don't remember the lead. I said, I got to do something. They go, that's all you get. And by the way, I paid for the leads. I'm like, I got to pay for these leads. So what I did is I created a freshen up letter where I included a copy of the lead that they mailed in, a freshen up lead, a letter from me. I included my license number. Why do I put my license number on my mailers? My license number, but it's about what? Credibility. So she can call my Illinois state license number at the bottom, similar to what the improvement guys, home improvement guys, got to put it on their business cards. So I do that. Give me instant credibility and a way for her to call me direct on my cell phone. Now it's a person-to-person connection now. It ain't a business talking to her, it's me. And my magic touch is I include their signature card. All my leads, you'll see thousands of them I have. I brought some here. All our lead cards, you're going to get a copy of this lead that you can actually, I want that back.
I know.
It has their signature on it, their phone number on it, so there's no doubt. You wouldn't believe these seniors mail this card in, and the next day they already forgot anyway. So I teach my agents to do a mailer so they can see the lead cards and mail it back in, okay? And that way, when I call them or they call me, they got the actual signature card right in front of them. I sent this in, okay, what do I need to do next? And they got my name, they got my phone number, they got my email address, they got my state license number, they got where I live. Now the whole fear aspect has been diminished. Y'all like that? I mean, that's just one of the tips from me. I mean, you got that little button on, $1 button has probably created thousands of dollars for him. Okay? Willie Mae gave some tips. I mean, you got a wealth of knowledge that's going to be yours. Okay? You don't know it all. Sam, you're smart, I can tell.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know it all. Sorry, neither do I.
No one does.
Those guys taught me something. So that's why we have these get-togethers regularly so you can learn from the best. And what I do, I have a meeting every week from some of the best people around the country. We have webinars every Monday at 9 for you guys and every Wednesday at 8. So you guys can chime in and learn from a guy from Arizona what he's doing. Okay, learn from a guy in Atlanta. That one tip could put you over the top, okay? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I know I went off track there.
Tony, is that AM or PM?
AM, okay. So things I want for you guys, what I try to promote, I had a guy tell me one time, he stood at my meeting, he goes, what do you get out of this? I said, dude, chill, I'll go with that. No, what'd you get out of it? I said, I do make money, I'm not doing it for free. I said, but what I get out of it is to see, you guys reach your dreams, okay? I want to see more bigger checks. I want to see people buy new homes and new cars. Matter of fact, Joe, you're the one who sent me the picture of that house. I told you it wasn't big enough. I have a dream board in my office of my people's dreams. I got thousands of people's houses and cars up in my office because I want to see that happen for them. Y'all do dream boards, vision boards?
Yes.
Okay, those are important things to do. I have a dream board for my team. So I want to see you guys reach this, a rewarding career, financial independence. If you want to retire in 5 years, I have guys that have been able to do that. If you want to leave a legacy of renewals for your family, you can do that. So why global now? We talked about the market expanding, 65 plus markets growing over 10,000 people every day. 55 million seniors now projected to be 84 million by 2030. And they need us more now than ever because Social Security and Medicare is not enough. And you guys would agree over the next 20 years we're going to have more people. Yes. Okay. The challenge is we don't have enough people feeding into the Social Security system because people started having less kids. And people are living longer now because medicine's gotten better. When I was a kid, if someone was diagnosed with cancer, they started planning the funeral. When I was a kid, when I was a teenager, when y'all remember Magic Johnson was diagnosed with HIV, back in the 80s, it was a death sentence. Yeah. They didn't know how to treat it. I remember people wearing gloves and masks. Y'all remember those days? They wouldn't touch it. It was like hysteria going on. And now they've been able to treat HIV, that people are going to live a normal life now. But, people that had dialysis patients. Now they do that at home now. They have dialysis systems. They can do it at home. So there's so many advancements in technology. People are living longer, but the Social Security Medicare system is on a blink. Okay? There's a lot of mismanagement, a lot of fraud. So there's a mess there, and that's where we come in and try to fill those gaps and help out. So our stability, we're a family-owned organization, recession-proof, and I know 2019 is going to be our breakthrough year because we got some new things that are innovative in terms of marketing that'll blow you guys' minds away. I know you like yesterday's groups. They were like, this is unbelievable. Pray that you guys see the same thing because we're doing some things different. We try to be on the cutting edge of what we do. So our corporate partners, multi-billion-dollar international companies, top ratings with AM Best. So we deal with all the major players. My main exclusive contract is with Cigna. That's where my heart and soul is, but I do have the other carriers in situations when we're not in specific counties or areas, if there's a pull out in the market, whatever it has to be. So we have always a backup plan. So we do life insurance as well, hospital indemnity, and we only want the best for you guys and our seniors. So our product, we do Medicare Advantage. That's our lead in. Why? Sam, why is that our lead in, you think?
Everybody needs it.
Everybody needs it, but why else? Why is it a good lead in for low to middle income people? It's zero. Can't say free.
Zero premium.
Compliance here. I think we had a compliance guy in the corner last night. Somebody here today. You gonna get me in trouble, girl?
You can't put that up in business card?
No.
You can't say free.
Can't say free.
What is it, guys?
Zero premium.
I made that mistake my first week too. You can't say free. We get in trouble. Zero premium. So it's zero premium, guys. And here's my marketing concept in my mind. If I can help this guy get better benefits at zero premium, and if he's paying $200 for a sup, that's going to free money up so he can do final expense now. Then he can do his life insurance. Then he can do his long-term care. Then he can do his hospital. Then he can do other things. So if I can find money, listen, if I can find money for him, that's either going to help him with his bills or help buy other products that he so desperately needs. Does everybody understand the concept?
Yes.
Okay, good. Moving on. Okay, so we have a traditional sales process like normal, and we also have a virtual call center model as well. So we offer both, okay? But you've got to do one or the other. You can't do both. I have one of my top guys that runs the call center, number one guy in the call center, William Vargas. He's actually a native of Chicago. Can you say a few words real quick so the team can understand the aspects of that? Give it up for William Vargas, please.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Back in 2015, I used to be a field agent, right? But I was starting to grow a family. I had small children, and I was sleeping at night one day, 1 o'clock in the morning. I just got hit with some of the worst adversity you could ever imagine. And I'm sitting in my bed sleeping, I'm thinking, man, Lord, I wish there was a way where I could sell Medicare Advantage from home, from the comfort of my own home, and just do everything from my home office. And something tells me to go check on the computer. I click on Career Builder, I see a presentation that Tony did with John. I watched it once, 2 times, 3 times, I was blown away. Every other FMO that I spoke to, they said you can't do it because of compliance issues. We figured out a way how to do it. I've been doing this since 2015. It has totally transformed my life, me and my family. It's the best thing I've ever done. But here's what I feel. I feel that some of you guys have been through some struggles just like the way I did. And you're here for a reason. There was something trying to stop you from getting here this morning. That you made it here. And I believe, there's a purpose for you being here, and there's gonna be change in your life. Is it okay if I see the next, screen?
Absolutely, sir. Go ahead.
So, call center is not for everybody, okay? There are some requirements, okay? When I started this thing, there was this number one guy, his name was Stuart Harris. This man would throw up sales like you wouldn't believe, and I said, man, I wanna do what he's doing. And guess what that man was doing? Number one, his work ethic was like no one else. He always had the most diner time than anyone else. And guess what? If he put in the work, guess what he got at the end? He had the most sales every year. I said, you know what? I'm gonna do that work ethic. So number one, if you're gonna work in the call center, you gotta put in the work. You gotta have at least 20, 30, 40 hours minimum. It's a full-time thing. And then you also gotta have 3 years of experience in Medicare. If you do that and you're coachable, you're gonna win this business. The other thing that we started implementing this year is we hired some appointment setters. So it's great to wake up and be able to see that you have 5 to 7 appointments every single day. All you're doing is calling your appointments, and people are just ready to go. And these are people that requested our information. The other big thing that we're doing as a company is, which is the best thing I ever seen, because when I was working in the field, I was paying $500 for a batch of leads, and from that batch, I may get about 10 people, where I'm able to close maybe 3 or 4. Here, every time you close a sale, they give you 5 brand new leads. Is that pretty amazing?
For how much cost?
0.
That's free. Like that commercial, free.
So that, the best opportunity I've ever seen. I'm grateful. Thank you, Tony, for everything
You're
you've
very
done for us. So thank you.
Thank you, William.
He stressed some key things. We're not gonna let everybody do that. You have to be, a rare person, and we've made some mistakes in the past from that. We've met with CMS, and they've raised our standards because of the mistakes. So you have to be full-time to do this. If you're gonna be a CMS, you can't be a part-time gig. So just so you guys know that. And if that's not your interest, no problem, because we got a great field team as well, our boots on the street team. But we have us here locally too for the call center guys that wanna do that. And we can go over that in another session. So we have a combination of direct mail leads. He talked about that. I do a 5-for-1 exchange. The leads cost me about $25, $30 a piece. They're free to you as long as you're a producer. But you have to produce Cigna business.
Right.
So I don't give free leads to Humana business or Aetna business or other carrier business, because that's not my partner. My partner is Cigna HealthSpring, and I'm loyal to them. They're loyal to me. We've had a 10-year relationship, and I'm looking forward to another 10 years. Because I get a lot of perks other FMOs don't get. Okay, and you're going to see later about things, and I really want you guys to take note of this, because it is a rare position to be in, to be able to get all the BRCs from Cigna. I get all their TV leads. Their TV leads awesome to get. I give
Yes.
them. No other FMO gets that because of that relationship, but I don't want to tarnish that. So we have to, are you hear this? We have to support our channel and make sure we get plenty of Cigna HealthSpring sales, okay? So we do direct mail leads. I got other leads we do, and we have our own CRM system called Zoho. It's a free lead program. Please note that, because a lot of agents are telling I need to understand the leads and how they work. Some people say I've worked a free lead program. It's just a list of names off the internet. No, you actually can see the team pass these around. They actually fill out a card, because legally we can't cold call. Am I right?
Right.
So they have to fill it out, and there's a disclosure document in this when they tear it off. And actually, it's a patented lead system that when they fill it out, they fold it up and reseal it so it protects their PHI. So it's an awesome lead. It's a lot of money that goes into these, and they're free to you guys. So that's important to know. It's not some rinky-dink free lead program. They're pre-qualified. Each and every one of the leads comes with a letter, whether it's a veterans lead, a Medicare changes, a diabetic lead. I also have turning 65 leads. It has to have the disclosure, what it's about. It has to be done a certain way. Every single one of our lead pieces go through compliance. Why is that important for you?
It's been scrubbed.
It's been scrubbed, but why else? Donna, help me out.
I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, all right. Why is that important, Sam?
It's all about the fraud.
Yeah, exactly.
All
And
about
that way it protects us, it protects you, it protects the consumer. You don't want to be showing up at someone's house and CMS is waiting there for you. Or the Department of Insurance waiting there for you, because we have to make sure everything's scrubbed, so that gives you confidence that you can worry about the service your client, not worry about if it's legal or not. There's things we got to change every year. Every year they go, you got to take this out. I'm like, why? You got to add this. It's like, why? But that's compliance, okay? So And there's no cold calling, and we can help you crack the marketing and qualified leads code. So, can we get leads? I stole this from Obama. Yes,
We can.
yes, we can. This is one day. My lead guy, Eddie, went and picked up leads. They actually have to have a cart to bring them in the office. 5,000 new Medicare leads all in one day. I have my own lead company, just so you know, that's not a third-party company. I have a partnership with one of the largest lead companies in America. I help them get started, so I have a proprietary relationship with them. So it's a unique partnership with Lead. I got 80 people that produce leads for us on a daily basis, and I also can produce up to 2 million leads per month. No other FMO has that set up. We do, okay? All right, so those are key things you guys need to know in terms of the whole scheme of the infrastructure. What's going on behind the scenes?
Right.
There's a lot of work going in to produce this stuff for you. It's just not by a whim. We don't do anything by a whim. By the way, note this. We scrub our leads against Cigna's list, so you're not going to another Cigna house. We purge the list for you from those do not call people. I don't want you calling somebody that's on the list or even mail to them. Why are we going to waste our time? Or those people that ask to be removed, you keep mailing and they're going to be problem cases for us. We remove, so we purge them. And it's not cheap to do. I don't want to waste your time or money going out to see somebody that's not the right kind of candidate. So the pre-qualified aspect is really critical for you all to understand. So one of our lead pieces, probably our best lead piece during lock-in, is Turning 65 lead. It comes with a brochure. Every one of our lead pieces, just so you guys understand our marketing approach. Every lead piece you see here has a freebie that we're bringing out, a flip book, as you want to call it, or educational piece that help them understand how this works. So Turning 65, people are confused. What's this Medicare thing? What's A? What's B? What's C? What's D? What are the 4 parts? What are the survivorship benefits, Social Security benefits, family? What are all the benefits they get? We produced a flyer right from the federal government. It's all sourced and approved and compliantly approved to go out there and go over this with them. And there's notes in here. There's called Q points. Like, for example, would he have to pay the 20% that Medicare doesn't pay? That's a closing question. That opens the door to talk about what, Sam? Subs.
I mean,
Medicare Advantage.
Yeah.
So that's what this lead piece does. This lead piece has about a 50 to 60% closing ratio on average, which is a good closing ratio. Would you guys agree?
Yes.
And what's the best part about it, you know, we get the full commission up front. And with Turning 65s, you can see the month of their birthday, 3 months prior, and 3 months after. So there's 7 months to lock them down. Please note this, I'm hitting them in their 5th month prior. Why 5 months out? Jose, why would you think I would hit 5 months out versus 3 months out? I want to be the first insurance agent talking to them. Okay? I want to start building that relationship and let them know when anybody else comes by or talks to them, they're going to be hit by everybody. I want to be the first one in. So there's a timing aspect. We call it drip, drop, mail drops. We do drip drop campaigns. Okay? And so we're going to hit this guy 3 times for this before his birthday. So he gets the point, and you're going to get that lead. Okay? I like that. Next, LIS. Who's heard of LIS Extra Help? LIS Extra Help has a special program to help those out in need. I love this program because last year's study showed over 27 million people qualify for this program and don't even know it. Raise your hand if you heard of LIS Extra Help. Done an application? Okay. This program, last year they raised it. For years it was $4,000 a year. Last year they upped it. The LIS service is estimated to worth over what?
$4,900.
$4,900 a year. That's $408 a month. Could that help middle income, low income seniors? You better believe it. It's a federal subsidy program to help them with the prescription drugs, and also through the Medicare Savings Program. What else can it help them with?
Premium support.
The Part B premium support. Isn't that awesome?
And it also helps out
What
with
is the
late
threshold income wise? You guys even know?
Yeah, the income is in here.
$18,210.
There you go, they know.
Yeah, for end of-
18,000 was it?
That
That includes your social security check.
And by the way, this coming February, the government's going to raise the limits, and they're talking about raising this to well over $5,000. That's awesome.
Also eliminates late enrollment penalties. So if anyone that didn't get a prescription drug plan on time, it eliminates a late enrollment
Yes.
penalty.
Awesome plan, toll-free number goes to the guys in the call center, or the mail-ins part, which is this, goes to the field guys. So the field guys get the mailer, so the customer has choices. The government wanted them to have choices. Tony wanted them to either call somebody, in case they don't want some agent coming in their house, or give them the option to have somebody come out. So they have both. Call the call center, or have one of you guys go out there and see them face to face. Okay? So this piece, this lead piece here, comes with this brochure and has the income requirements. And by the way, with this program, it doesn't count their house. It doesn't count the car they drive. They can drive a Mercedes. It doesn't count. It doesn't count their life insurance either. It only counts like stocks, bonds, for assets. It counts cash in the bank, but it doesn't count their house. So they can live in $1 million home and still qualify for it. It's based on income and assets, okay? But it doesn't count their home, okay? Love that lead. Veterans League. Any veterans in the room? Any veterans? If there were, I always thank them for serving. This lead I brought out back during the VA scandal. If you ever remember that, out in Arizona, where all the veterans, people were getting fired. They found out 317,000 veterans died waiting for treatment. That's terrible. That should have never happened. That's more than any war we've ever been in. So we came out with this lead piece, and it has grown, and it's very popular. We have over 6% return on this. Is that a good return?
Yes.
And we have nearly 100% closing ratio, okay, if you do it the right way. These veterans, as I told your story, they don't know they can get other benefits. And this program is called the Aid and Attendance Improved Pension Benefit for Veterans, that they may qualify for a three-tier type of veterans benefit where they can get at-home care, assisted living care, long-term care, hospice care, and the government pays for it for up to what? $2,000, what? $169
per month.
Most of them qualify and don't even know it. And it's a free service. All they have to do is have an honorable discharge. There's a form they fill out at the VA office, and they get these benefits, and they kick in within 30 to 90 days. But what I'm there for is part two. Newly approved civilian health care options are now available to use in addition to their VA benefits. What's that program called? The MA program. And I gave you guys an example of that. So that's what we're doing with the veterans, and there's a brochure for that explaining that process. And it guides them. It's kind of a turnkey sales process. You're educating them while you're guiding them into an enrollment process. That's how we've designed it. Yes, sir. Okay, what's that? What did you say, sir?
I was going to pass the brochure around.
Next. Diabetic program. A lot of diabetics out there. Good Lord, Baltimore's full of them. Now, one we've been eating, those Fruit Loops are catching up to us in Baltimore, right? Come on, Fruit Loops are good. What's wrong with y'all? Okay. Remember Pop Rocks? Pop Rocks when we were kids? We drank soda every day. Remember that? Soda was Coca-Cola and Pepsi. It was like a vitamin. So, anyway. Remember the sugar straws? Yeah. Remember y'all were kids? They had the big old sugar straws and, you know, the Hot Rocks?
Pop in your mouth.
Yeah. So, anyway, Pop Rocks. Okay. So, this program is for diabetes. We have a special relationship with the American Diabetes Association, where we market their services in terms of free benefits. They can get free refills. They can get free syringes, a lot of free stuff through the American Diabetes Association. And this also is a process where it guides them to get managed care. A lot of them don't know they can qualify for additional benefits. I mean, diabetics are struggling. And a lot of it's purely just because of an educational process they have. They don't know what to do. Like that veteran I had that was losing his leg. So that's a great lead piece too. Moving on. So that's a lead we do for Jersey residents for SPAP. Y'all don't have that here anymore. This is our lead we do for Medicare Change. It's a great lead that we do to help people understand what their Medicare does, the changes in Part A, B, and C, and D, plus newly approved health care options. They get more out of their Medicare. How do they get, what's that plan where they get more out of their Medicare? Medicare Advantage, okay? All right, y'all get the concept. Moving on. We also do a UNA drug card program. This program is set up to give additional benefits to our seniors and their families. They can get up to 75% off prescription drugs, vision, hearing, dental, diabetic supplies, and it's absolutely what, Carrie?
Free.
It's absolutely what, Carrie?
Free.
Say it again.
0%.
Free. This one's free. It's a discount point of service program. It's been seen on TV, CNN, Fox News. Amazing. CNN and Fox News can agree on something. Anyway, MSNBC, New York Post. They've all done a featured program. Our first year we introduced this, we saved $1.31 billion in benefits. It has a vision plan where they can get their glasses for $25. It has a LASIK surgery. It has hearing aids. Hearing aids are now about $3,000 on average a piece. This gets 50% off on the hearing aids. We use Beltone. Have you ever heard of Beltone? It's a great program now to help seniors in need. It's a great program. We also do debt counseling on that. It's a lot of great things we do. Mortgage assistance advice, a lot of great things, and it's free. Now, why do we do this? Sam, I keep picking on Sam.
Well, listen, any benefit you give a senior that's free, right, not zero free, but, it's just another point, to be honest with you. I mean, I've seen programs like that, that help seniors, because sometimes the drug list is not, their drug is not on that list, right? You get that a lot. The number one complaint about Part D is what? My drug is not on that list, there's a generic, the generic doesn't really work.
Right.
They won't approve the alternative, and if it is a tier 5 drug or tier 4, and it's costing me a ton, use one of those cards. I mean, they walk into a Walgreens.
You just helped me in my presentation because I was going to share that.
Yeah.
It helps with drugs in the formulary and outside the formulary.
That's the
Like, I joke about this with my breakfast. When I use this,
Yeah.
I say it over the phone and face-to-face when I'm selling. I joke about it also covers a little blue pill, Viagra. And when the first times I said it, the old guy go, baby, he got the blue pill. Can you come over now, man? I said, young man, come on over now. Well, anyway, it does. It covers Cialis, all the drugs that are not covered on any formulary. So we give this as a freebie, but what else do we do it? It helps us make a sale, helps us get appointments, but the third thing, please note this, it's how I get my referrals. I do write down grassroots marketing. It's the main tool to get into churches, VFWs, American Legions, bingo halls, senior buildings. That's how I did. I was joking with the guys about sales yesterday. I did 1,000 enrollments one year, and they're like, how the heck you do that? I can't do that individually. I did it by doing what, Glenn? Groups. Every Sunday I had a church lined up after my first church with Pastor James Gray. You know, I told you all that story about the little bulldog man pushing me off his porch. I couldn't believe it. He's a pastor pushing me. He about this big and this wide. He's like 4 foot tall and 3 feet wide. And he's pushing me off. And I was like, dude, I'm just trying to help do my job. No, you're not. I'm trying to take advantage of seniors. I'm like, dude, you mailed the card in. You know what I mean? You asked me to come in. No, I didn't. I said, you put the card there. You actually said, too. Just go, well, I can't put it in the mail. I don't want nothing to do with this. I said, okay, man, listen, Pastor, I apologize for disrespecting you. But by the way, your wife said it was okay for me to come out because I booked it with her. He goes, well, I'm going to talk to her later. You just get off my porch. He had a big old sign in the front yard, beware a dog. I knew who the dog was. It was him. He was the dog. So I said, Pastor Gray, I'm going to let you go. And I said, I'm going to head on out. So I started leaving. He goes, yeah, you go ahead and leave. You swindling seniors. I know how the game works. I spent 22 years at North Carolina Mutual. And I know how the game works. So that's cool. I'll leave. So I'm getting my car. I start saying it's a shame you people are going to miss out on the great prescription drug program we got. It's a shame they're going to miss out on the vision and the hearing and the dental product and diabetic supplies and mortgage assistance, and they're going to miss out on the free bankruptcy advice and debt relief and tax relief, all at no charge. They're going to be able to get their medication taken care of through, whether it's in a formulary or not. They can go to CVS, Revco, right? It's a shame. It's been on TV. I mean, it's hot. It's got some great stuff. We got a great program, zero premium for health care, life insurance programs, and it's a shame they, getting in my car, right? I'm doing this. It's a shame they gotta hear about all that stuff, and you're supposed to be leading the flock and being a shepherd of the people. But it's a shame they're not gonna hear all these great things that are gonna change their lives for the better. And especially, I'm not gonna hear about the new tithe program. He went, what? wait. A new tithe program. The tithe program? What's the tithe program? What you know about the tithe program? I said, sir, you don't want to hear about that. I got to go. I'm getting in my car. He yanks me out the car. I'm getting there, boy. You got 5 minutes. I want to hear about that tithe program. So, what I did, I put on a piece of paper, threw a line down the middle, told them what the paperwork going through on average, did a scenario, showed them what they were going to save with the vision prescription hearing, with the Medicare Advantage stuff, and everything else, and bottom line, they were going to save X amount of dollars. And then I put the scripture out, 10%. He did the math whip. Boy, I like the way you sound. You got it going on. Boy, that's the best presentation I've seen. What you doing Sunday? I said, I'm going to go to my church. Come to me. North Point Baptist, we Southern Baptist, so make sure you come hungry. We take care of our people. I said, okay, come on out. I went out there, man. I mean, first of all, couldn't find a parking space. People parked on the side of hills. I reached the first step. It's like wobbling, you know, the vibration. Get the sex up wobbling like this. I open up the door. It's a screen door of the church, right? And I open it up and this heat hit me. You're one of them churches where it's so hot, it's blazing, you sweating. I mean, you're like in a sauna. I couldn't even breathe. I mean, the windows are all painted shut, and everybody fanned themselves. Like, you know, like, with a Martin Luther King fan. Remember the Martin Luther King fan? Like this. We don't have them in the Catholic Church. And everybody's grooving, man. They just grooving and moving, and you know, the whole choir's in the purple, and Pastor Gray's up there. And everybody's dancing. This lady's getting up, and she starts twirling in the aisle. I'm like, what's she doing? And then she gets up on the altar and starts wiggling. I'm like, what's she doing? She's just laying up there wiggling. So I ran off. I thought she was having a seizure. They grabbed me. Don't touch that woman. She feeling the spirit, right? I said, well, you go to church like that. I said, one of the people in the church said, we're Catholic. We just do this. That's it. That's all we do. Y'all moving. Got a bass player getting down, a drummer. Had an organist going to town like Little Richard. He goes, like getting up and he kicking. And I'm like, wow, they were getting down at church. They settled it down.
Oh my goodness.
Pastor Graves great. Settled us down. I got the amens and hallelujahs going on. We don't say that in the Catholic Church. What's that? So he then starts yelling at the people. I got this man, Tony Holland here. He in the back. That gentleman back there trying to save Miss Betty. He right there. He that insurance man. Now I'm gonna tell you people, get your insurance together. I'm tired of paying for funerals and all that we're going to. He's gonna go with a special tithe program. So here we go. I give him a hug. I said, man, that was beautiful. And he goes, man. He called like, hey boy, what you think? I said, great. I told him, you know, Catholic, and we kneel and stuff. It's quiet. He goes, we're gonna convert you before you know it. I said, all right, where we going now? He goes, we're gonna go in the rectory. I said, okay, cool. We open the doors. You come hungry? I said, yeah. They had this big old table from there to there, food everywhere. They had all kinds of chicken, baked chicken, fried chicken, this chicken, that chicken. They had all kinds of greens, field greens, turnip greens, mustard greens. I was like, what? And collard greens too? I said, dang. They had all kinds of pastas and this, and I was like, Thanksgiving dinner on steroids. I didn't know what to do with myself. I'm saying I can eat. I'm like, man. I said, Pastor Gray, I said, I'm a Catholic. We got a sip of wine this big and a little wafer. That's how we get. He goes, boy, we're going to convert you before you know it. So I did my presentation, showed my stuff for veterans and the free vision prescription hearing and dental plan, showed my Medicare Advantage work. I did my group presentation. Man, I didn't speak for 20 minutes. Literally, I had 80 seniors in there. I passed out my card, empty, you know, a blank card filled out. They were all filling out, gave them a free pen. I got 80 right there. And this lady in the back was coaching one of the old ladies in the back. She must have been 90. Girl, fill a card out for the boy. Because I was telling him, I said, please fill out the card so I can get some extra credit from my company. You need some extra credit from the company. Fill out the card for the boy. Because the girl over fill it out. Fill it out for the boy. I said, I got to take you on the road, young lady. Fill it out for the boy. She kept going, fill it out for the boy. So I got 80 enrollments that Sunday. 80. Okay? I know some church was only 20. Some church was 40. You know, but 80 on one stop times 400. That was our grassroots, start of our grassroots program. We implemented that in Philly, Baltimore, D.C.,